Hey there, podcast listeners. This is Brandon Hanley. I am your host. I have had quite the week, and it's been really exciting. I've had a couple of amazing guests on the show to be released shortly. The last one was also just an amazing show as well. Chad Johnson, solid performance. Wasn't even performance. I mean, just really spoke from the heart. Really gave us everything that anyone could ask for when you're talking about fatherhood and growing up, what it's like to have your father, and what it's like to go through a divorce as a child, and really take all that in. So I was really excited to share that one with you. This upcoming one's going to be John Vroman from the Front Row Foundation. Amazing energy from this guy. I just read his book as well, Living Life in the Front Row. And during our conversation, I quite literally told him, and I talked to him, I said, man, your book was more than I expected. And for some out there, including myself, it's just picking it up and reading it's going to change the way I live my life. Really just enjoyed it. Amazing conversation. This guy's been doing it for quite some time, engineering or designing his own life, and you're going to hear that come through. You're going to hear the passion come through from him. You're going to just unquenchable fire, I guess, is kind of what I heard from him. And he's definitely got his message refined. He's gotten it to where it needs to be, and he keeps building on it, and it's something that I can honestly say that I would aspire to. Outside of that, wonderful stuff. The podcast has gone great. The audience has been super supportive. Working on some more stuff in the shop, on Shopify, getting some clothes up there, and enjoying doing that. This past week has been amazing. Like I said, I had a couple of great interviews on the show that'll be coming up. I was able to, this Friday, go work with Cisco. I work as a contractor there. I don't know if I'm going to have to bleep it out. I don't know. But I mean, it's an amazing place to work with and one of the things that they do that is so great and amazing is that they actually have a lot. They encourage volunteer work. They have actual coordinator in different sites. I was lucky enough to work with a coordinator this week and worked at a place called Passage Home, just trying to beautify some properties that they own. And what Passage Home does is they have so many different services that they offer. People who are at the poverty line or just simply need some help. They offer help to students, to tutorials, tutoring. They work with them in STEM. They work with them in just after school care, teaching them things like financial literacy, teaching them leadership, and that's just with the children. They help some of the parents. They help them find low-cost housing. They purchase housing. They rehabilitate it to be inhabited by people who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it, and they also help those people who can't afford it to work towards their next level. Maybe they are employed but they're underemployed. They really help all these people out, and it's just really amazing that I was able to go work with them, and it was supported by the company that I work for, and just really getting out there and being able to participate in the community, give back a little bit of time, not even give back, give some time, and hope that the work that we did is gonna improve the community that it surrounds. And so really glad I got the chance to participate with that, and looking forward to doing it some more. I'm gonna throw it out there I know that I have quite a few people who are listeners in this area, in the Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina area. Passage Home is gonna have a fish fry on Friday, April 28th from 10:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. That's at 513 Branch Street in Raleigh. So this is going to go to our Stewards Fund, And one of the things about this though is that they get a grant for $75,000. But the thing is that they have to make $75,000 in order to get the grant of $75,000. And as Shannon said, the coordinator for volunteer work is that it's all in. It's all or nothing. So look, if you can make it out there, love to hear about it. I just want to share it with you though. Just looking for anything else here. Delivery is available upon approval within a 2-mile radius. Take credit cards. Check them out on www.passagehome.org. Just wanted to share that with you guys. These guys are doing some amazing things. They're really just being instrumental in the community, and they're doing a lot. And I'm sure they could probably use some volunteers out there outside of what we did. Which, I mean, I felt like we could have done a lot more. And, look, it's just good to get involved, and I felt great to be able to do that. So I shared that with you. Something else I got to do this weekend, and I was so excited to go do it, was I got to go to a TEDx event, and it was just, I think it was everything I wanted it to be. Just, I'm been a big fan of watching TED Talks, and like they say, their ideas worth spreading, and just the energy there, the people I got to hear talk. I'm going to read off a quick list of the people that I got to hear talk. Mike Wiley, acclaimed actor and playwright. Mike Wiley. Cindy Whitehead, this is the second time I've seen her. They says right here, New York Times calls her pharmaceutical product the drug of a generation. She also had to talk a lot on just kind of women in the workforce and empathy. Rufus Edmonston, he's the guy who delivered the subpoena to Richard Nixon. Amazing story from him too. Mary Ann Baldwin, who is Raleigh City Councilor. She was amazing as well. She gave an amazing speech. J. Rafaldini, he was just fun. I really enjoyed his speech. Katie Cannon, 22-year teacher who's working for tiger rescue. Apparently, North Carolina is one of 5 states that allows you to own a tiger. So we actually have a tiger issue. Got to see Peter Lamb and the Wolves. These were this was looks like it's supposed to be a quintet, but we had three people playing acoustic jazz, and that was amazing. It just really brought it back. It's been a while since I've seen some live music, and not even just live music, just really playing for the love of music. And these guys were playing for the love of music. The jazz player, saxophone player was brothers with the trumpet player, and I don't know, I didn't get their ages, but the saxophone was found by the older brother and given to him, and he's still using it to this day. It was pretty neat to see that, and just seeing families playing music together is always awesome. Dr. Joe Allen of Meredith College also she gave, look, everybody was awesome, amazing. This guy Chip Gentry, who is a master falconer. These people, they got the opportunity to get up and give their speeches, talk about living a life that they loved. And dude, I mean, come on, any guy out there would love to be a falconer. Also, Vasana Nolenta, he and his sister own a one of probably only a few Laotian restaurants in the country, and his story, he brought me to tears, I think, a couple times, and I was like, man, I don't want to fall down and cry like a baby here, but man, he was bringing it, and then he was a second speaker. I mean, I was almost at tears right from the beginning. Again, man, just it's kind of like any event. When you go to a concert, when you go to a football game, baseball, any stadium event, being able to see these people live in person, and just they spend so much time and effort into these speeches. I was actually able to speak to somebody who spoke last year, and she said she was terrified right before she gave her speech. But they put like almost 40 to 70 hours worth of work into generally less than 20-minute speech. Take that in. That is a lot of time. But the message that they deliver is so resounding, and it hits you so hard. And to be there in the presence while it's being delivered, you're like, man, I do gotta spread this message. It's awesome. I stop saying awesome all the time. It's just amazing to be in that presence and feel it, feel the crowd taking it in, and just being a part of it. So I mean, I highly recommend, if anybody has the opportunity to look up a TEDx event in their area. Look, I don't know where the TED Talk. I just looked up TED events because I was more recently than not, I wanted to go see one. I wanted to see some of these speeches being delivered, and that afforded me. It was right down the street. It didn't cost much, and what I took home from it, just amazing. Maybe I'll speak next year. We'll see. This week's all just kind of about this past week, all the things going on. I'm really grateful for all my listeners out there. Grateful for the people that are supporting it. Grateful for the feedback. I'm getting in contact with more and more fathers and people that want to be on the show, and I'm grateful, ecstatic, enthused that I can bring this to you. And again, it's not I get something from it as well. Talking to these people, talking to the people that I talk to, everybody's got their story to share, and each one of them touches me in a way that I just can't communicate just yet. But I'm glad that I get to share it with you. I'm glad that you're listening. I hope that the message that's delivered from each one of these is really just getting you to where you need to be. I know that we see a lot of people, we see a lot of things. It's like, be the best you can be, and yeah, sure, go be the best you can be. But man, be the you want to be. And you know, if today's like, I don't want to be the best today. I'm cool with being all right. I'm cool with being just shy of perfect. Just, you know, I know sometimes it'd be a struggle, but everybody get out there, you know, and be the you really want to be. That's, you know, for me, that's it. And the me that I really wanted to be this past week, I got to go do a couple of those things, get involved with the community, giving back to the community, and getting out there and commingling with a community that's inspired and inspiring. I got to meet amazing. Anyways, guys, hey man, happy Monday. Thanks again for everything. Glad you're here. Check out the site. All kinds of things going on the site. Sign up for the ebook that I'm working on. It should be released shortly. Got a number of other things I'm working on as well that I'm going to release. And outside of that, again, I've got some amazing interviews coming up for you that please check it out. I'm also going to post this on YouTube. Going to start recording them as well. And you can see those on YouTube. I'll post a link to the site. I'll probably, once I figure out exactly what the channel is, I will put it up there, and I'll put the intro to it so you guys know where you can find it. Hey, thanks again for everything. See you guys.